Major Alan G.I. Jane and his little warthogs. You must not learned your lesson yet. You've come back here again to wrestle me. Well, I've come tonight to protest war against you. And I got a little news flash for you too. The camo you wear, this camouflage getup. I can see you, brother. I can see you. And everybody else can too. I can see right through you in your little games. I got my man right here, Excalibus. You taking on one of them little warthogs tonight too. Tell him about it.
Rad Chad, tonight when we have our match, I'm gonna do you like I do everybody else in this ring. Put you down. For tonight, prepare to meet your maker.
All right, wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling. We're down in the bowels of a building. Rick Karloff, man, what's going on with you? Rick Karloff's here in the bowels of this building, and he's an emotional disaster.
I don't want to do it. He cut my hair. He cut my hair. I don't want it. Talk to my friend.
It's okay.
No, talk. It's my friend. It's my friend George. He's been there with me. But no, you just talk to George. Just talk to him. Talk to him.
Talk to George? You want me to talk to this set of horns?
George! Talk to George, come on!
Talk to them horns?
Talk, they're not horns! It's George! Talk to him! Talk to him!
George, what's wrong with your friend Christian?
Talk to him!
George, what's wrong with Christian Kane's come in here? Christian, what in the world?
No, talk to George! He's talking to him!
George, what's wrong with Rick? What's wrong with Rick? Why is he so upset? What's wrong with Rick? You're there for Rick?
Yeah.
You got the haircut? Christian Kane, can you shed any light on this?
Players Club, Jimmy Valiant, look what you've done. You've created a monster. You started nightmares. George is going to be okay, buddy. The nightmares continue today, tomorrow, throughout his life. But tonight, we take out the Players Club, and one of you will wear George out of the ring.
Talk to him again.
Talk to George.
Talk to George. George is there to help Rick, right? George is your friend, right, Rick?
Talk to him.
George, where are you from?
That's north of El Paso.
North of El Paso. And George is going to be there with you tonight, right? There you have it, wrestling fans. Christian
will wear George tonight.
One of them will wear George tonight, fans. We're going to get out of here right now. Fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling along with the legendary Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Fans, we got a great show in store for you today. We've got new tag team champions in the New York Express. They're going to be taking on the Players Club later on in this edition, and the Boogie Woogie Man going to be taking on Doc Johnson. How about it, Boogie?
You know I don't need no doctor, baby. I feel good, and I tell you, all my people, all my brothers and sisters, look at the great people right here, baby. We're all together. I'm going to take you. It's going to be all over. 1, 2, 3. Doctor, it's Boogie Woogie's time. Woo, mercy.
There you have it, wrestling fans. Don't touch that towel. We're back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, be a part of the fastest growing sport today and get the most out of your advertising dollars. Be a part of Triton Championship Wrestling, the fastest growing, most exciting wrestling promotion in the area. See your ad the way thousands of others will in this area on Triton Championship Wrestling. Just call 423-727-7319. Be a part of the excitement. Be a part of Triton Championship Wrestling. Just call 423-727-7319 today.
All right, this match has started right off here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Wrestling fans, this week we've got a great one going here for you as Rad Chad is taking on Excalibus, a protege of Excalibur, and Rad Chad is a protege of Major Allen Payne's, and nice monkey flip right there. Executed by Excalibus. He's your dark-headed competitor, and Rad Chad is the blonde. That's the best way I know to describe them because they're both wearing all black. So you got one blonde and one brunette in there, and Excalibus is the man that just executed that nice snapmare maneuver up and over Rad Chad. As Excalibus now has pulled Rad Chad into a nice side headlock here with Triton Championship Wrestling fans. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out the action of TCW. Joe Wheeler with the call here is Rad Chad with a nice kip up right there and reverses that situation on Excalibus. And Rad Chad winding up on the arm of Excalibus with a nice kip up there, reversal, and a beautiful back heel kick there. These great young competitors here at TCW, and we got a 2 count out of that from referee Lance Patrick. He's your official for this contest. As Rad Chad right there, right up, and a crucifix maneuver, and got a 2 count out of that. Did Rad Chad with a nice crucifix there. Nice high hip toss there by Excalibus, bringing Rad Chad around. And nice arm drag takeover there as both of these young competitors here in TCW very fundamentally sound as Rad Chad just dropped Excalibus there with a nice power bomb maneuver as Rad Chad floating in for a cover and got a 2 count out of that. As Excalibus is trying to get back into this contest, Rad Chad coming at you from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, 150 pounds with Major Allen Payne in his corner. Nice drop toe hold takedown. Floats over into a nice side headlock. Very fundamental wrestling being displayed here by both of these young proteges, if you will. Rad Chad, the blonde-headed competitor, he's the protege of Major Allen Payne, and Excalibus, who's in that headlock right at the moment, is the protege of Excalibur. So both of these young competitors coming at you in TCW, and Rad Chad right there caught Excalibus with that nice knee lift coming in there and putting in the boots on Excalibus at this point. As Rad Chad, 150 pounds, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and he's got that war dog mentality that Major Allen Payne instills in his proteges. As Rad Chad controlling Excalibus at this point in time here with Triton Championship Wrestling. As, oh, nice suplex there, driving Excalibus into the canvas. As Rad Chad having a few problems with the fans here in Mountain City, Tennessee. Fans, I tell you what, you get the opportunity to come see TCW live, you want to be sure to do so. There's nothing like the excitement and energy of Triton Championship Wrestling when you're live in the arena with us. As Rad Chad just going to work on Excalibus, took him down, focused his attack on that leg, and now going to work on the leg of Excalibus, dropping all of his body weight down across the leg and knee area. So he's definitely slowed down the high-flying aerial attack that was being displayed earlier by Excalibus, and now just getting brutal, ripping and pulling at his face and facial features. Rad Chad dragging Excalibus back out, getting him in position as Rad Chad setting up on that top rope. Oh, come down. Missed that double axe handle maneuver right there. This is the opportunity Excalibus needs to gain a victory here in this opening contest with Triton Championship Wrestling. Rad Chad caught him right there. Excalibus landed on his feet and responds with a nice clothesline of his own. Referee's in and almost got that 3 count. Excalibus firing back up into this contest, and just as quickly as I say that, Rad Chad went to the eyes, ducked that clothesline though, has got Excalibus set up from behind. Nicely executed belly-to-back suplex there by Rad Chad on Excalibus. As Rad Chad now focusing his attack back on that leg, working on the legs of Excalibus, trying to keep him grounded. My, that was a dangerous maneuver right there. Could blow a knee out without question. As Rad Chad got that leg tied up. Referee Lance Patrick right on top of the action checking in, and Rad Chad setting him up here. He's got him in a figure 4 leg lock. This could very well do it. A very well-known submission hold right here. And Rad Chad has got it cinched in on Excalibus. Excalibus is trying to roll it over. If he can roll it over, he reverses the pressure. That's exactly what he's done. But Rad Chad made his way into the rope. As Rad Chad managed to get to the rope there. We're almost at the 5-minute mark in this contest with Triton Championship Wrestling. Both competitors trying to make their way back to their feet. Rad Chad caught Excalibus with a shot right there, and nice swinging neck breaker. And Rad Chad once again with that kip up, showing his fire and energy and great physical conditioning in order to be able to execute that, as Rad Chad once again going back to work on that leg of Excalibus. I have to give this young man credit. He has stayed focused on the leg, and oh my, he missed that attempted leg drop right there. And now Excalibus has got him set up. Whip got reversed there into the ropes. What the heck's Rad Chad doing? He should have followed up right there as Excalibus. Oh, wow. Both men trying to execute drop kicks, and Excalibus and Rad Chad collide right there with a double clothesline. Rad Chad managed to get over, didn't quite get a cover, wasn't able to hold Excalibus down long enough. As Rad Chad now setting Excalibus up, Irish Whip got reverse coming in. Rad Chad spins off his man and follows it in with a face buster right there, driving his opponent face first into the canvas. As Rad Chad really putting on a fantastic display of wrestling here for you. Excalibus right there with a beautiful float over into a DDT. That could do it. He stunned his competitor right there. Pulls his man back up. He's not done with him yet. Caught him with a boot to the midsection. Now is setting him up here, and drove his face first right there. Pedigree, this could do it. Referee's in, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner of this matchup, Excalibus.
Tommy Fantastic. The business we're in, brother, friends come and friends go. You want to stab me in the back? Well, brother, in just a very short while, you're going to get to ask yourself one question, Tommy Fantastic. Was it all worth it? Because, brother, you and Crowley have not seen bad, but bad's coming, and it's coming to Mountain City, Tennessee, right here tonight.
And hell's coming with us.
Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling. We're out back in the parking lot trying to get some comments from Miss Amber Devine, who's usually with Rick Karloff, but she's showing up by herself tonight, and I want to get her comments. Amber, usually Rick Karloff's right by your side. I wanted to see why you guys weren't together tonight.
He's just too crazy for me. I just can't handle him.
There you have it in a nutshell, wrestling fans. Miss Amber Devine's comments.
You know, look right here. Look at this beautiful, sexy man. Beautiful, sexy, he's lovely. He has no teeth, but he's still beautiful. I took him away from Brady Hawks. Tonight, we're coming to take you out. There ain't nothing you can do. Look at him. He's ugly. You can't hurt that. Look. You can't hurt him. You can't hurt him. You can punch him. Here, hold this. Hold it. You can do that. You can't hurt him. We're coming to you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Woo, buddy, this is handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people, my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss this opportunity. If you want to be a professional wrestler, ballet, referee, please come BWC. Can the dream become reality? Only you can make it happen. Oh, yeah.
All right, wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling, as we've got Brady Hawks and Tommy Fantastic, former tag team partners of the Tennessee Outlaws, as they have locked up collar and elbow, and Tommy Fantastic's pulled Brady Hawks into a nice side headlocks. Of course, Tommy and Brady, former tag team partners known as the Tennessee Outlaws, and now in this grudge situation, as Fantastic has got James Crowley as his new partner, and Brady Hawks has got Ricky Rebb as his tag team partner. And oh my, what a high hip toss there by Brady Hawks on Tommy Fantastic, as Hawks is not happy at all with Tommy Fantastic and his newfound association with James Crowley, as Hawks has really been a house of fire here in the opening moments of this contest with Triton Championship Wrestling, as Hawks, oh man, Fantastic just took a bad spill out of the ring, as Brady Hawks and Ricky Rebb, there you see them ready to go, as this tag team contest being officiated by referee Bob Falacci, and Brady Hawks is ready to rumble tonight against his former partner Tommy Fantastic, and this newcomer Ricky Rebb is roaring to go into this contest, as Hawks and Fantastic and Crowley rather delaying the action on the outside of the ring. Tommy Fantastic making his way back into the contest here, as Brady Hawks ready. He's been standing ready and sitting in the ring. Fantastic now opening up with a series of hard forearms to the back of the head. Irish whips Hawks into the far side and catches him with a clothesline coming across right there, as Tommy Fantastic taking over on his former tag team partner now, as he's thrown Hawks into that top turnbuckle. Crowley's there ready to make that tag. Oh, he reaches right out and grabs Hawk, pulled him into the corner, and now the tag team of Crowley and Fantastic are taking it to Brady Hawks, while referee Bob Falacci is tied up with Ricky Reb over on the far side, as the referee now figured out what was going on and asserting his authority on James Crowley. As Fantastic hollered out one more time there, he had to smack Hawks one more good one, as he caught his man with a hip toss coming across right there. Moving in, and got that leg drop. Nailed him on that one. Referee got a 2 count, as Ricky Reb was ready to interfere there, if need be, to save his newfound tag team partner, Brady Hawks. Tag's been made. Former hardcore champion James Crowley stepping into the contest now, beating down Brady Hawks with a forearm across the back, putting the boots to him, as Crowley now dragging Hawks back up by the hair of his head, setting his man up here. Possible suplex coming up as he's backed over into the corner now. Crowley, just chopped him. That was a vicious chop. And again, as Brady Hawks had about enough of that, he turned it around and nails Crowley with a couple of his own right there, which the fans here in Mountain City, Tennessee respond very positively to, as Brady Hawks with another snap mirror maneuver there on James Crowley. Is Crowley chopping Hawks the way he did, just kind of got him fired up a little more than anything. Tag's been made. Ricky Reb makes his way into the matchup for the first time, as Crowley got caught right there with a big double elbow from the team of Reb and Hawks. Referee's in and got a 2 count out of that one, as Ricky Reb coming to us from Horse Creek, North Carolina. That's got to be somewhere up the mountains of North Carolina. 265 pounds, Ricky Reb. Irish whipping Crowley to the far side, follows him in there. The nice clothesline levels Crowley, as Ricky Reb, big old boy, 265 pounds, coming in here to Triton Championship Wrestling, as he just executed a nice suplex there on James Crowley. As, wait a minute, it looks like Ricky Reb may have hurt his knee on that. He's grasping his knee. He may have injured his knee on that last move, as Crowley moving right in on it. I mean, Crowley is like an animal that smells blood, and he moved right in on it, as Crowley executing that, pulling on that leg and applying lots of pressure to it. Makes the tag. Tommy Fantastic coming in here. Ricky Reb's in a world of trouble now, as they've been able to ground him and yank him back on the hamstring. Oh, that's got to put that knee in even more trouble, as Ricky Reb is holding on to that knee. He's in a world of trouble with it, as Tommy Fantastic and James Crowley tag team maneuver looked like a headbutt there to the lower extremities, as referee Bob Falacci checking in on the action, as Tommy Fantastic continues working on that leg area of Ricky Reb, and it's been a very sound strategy. Once Crowley realized that leg was injured, him and Fantastic have stayed focused on the leg of the big man, Ricky Reb, and they've got him down, as the fans here in Mountain City, Tennessee, rallying behind Ricky Reb, trying to get him back into this contest, as referees checking the shoulders, make sure that his shoulders aren't down. Referee right on top of it. He got a 1 count there, as Ricky Reb's managing to keep his shoulders up off the canvas. Fantastic caught him right there with a punch right to the noggin for good measure, as now Fantastic doing good tag team work, dragging his man back into the corner, makes the tag. James Crowley now is pulling Reb up, and he caught him right there. Reb now firing back up. He's hobbling, limping, and hobbling. He made the tag. Here comes Brady Hawks back into the contest. Crowley met him with one coming in, but Hawks is firing right back up on him. He's got Crowley pinned over in the corner now. We're a little past the 7-minute mark in this contest, as, Brady Hawks just missed that attempted splash. Crowley capitalized on it, made the tag. Tommy Fantastic's back into the ring, and they're getting Brady Hawks set up here for something. Hawks being whipped in, and Crowley down now. Fantastic coming across with a splash in the corner. Very good tag team maneuver in there by Fantastic and Crowley. They obviously have had some time to get their act together, as Brady Hawks firing back on Fantastic there. And he's got an iron claw. It's been years since I've seen this utilized, but he's utilizing an iron claw to the head of Tommy Fantastic, but Fantastic is coming back to his feet. He's not even hardly responding to it. He's fighting that claw off best he can, and the referee's gotten knocked out. Referee Bob Falacci got knocked out right there as Brady Hawks continues clamping down, and Crowley just caught Ricky Rebb in the side of the head with that flagpole, and again with that flagpole as James Crowley utilizing that Confederate flag to knock his opponents out. Oh my, Brady Hawks is being covered by Tommy Fantastic. Referee's being dragged in. 1, 2, 3, there you have it. As James Crowley and Tommy Fantastic have stolen this victory from the newly formed team of the Redneck Outlaws, Ricky Rebb and Brady Hawks. All right, wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for Triton Championship Wrestling as we've got Playboy Trip taking on Cold Cash D in this contest with TCW. And, of course, many of you remember Cold Cash and Trip were tag team partners right up until a recent event, and things just all fell apart for them. As Cold Cash is in the black shorts and has got the black headpiece, and Playboy Trip in the red tights, as referee Lance Patrick checking in on the action here with TCW. Cold Cash D working into a nice combination into a hammerlock now on Playboy Trip. And, of course, these guys used to be a tag team collectively known as the Money Trip. And, like I said, things basically just fell all apart for them in just a matter of an interview as egos collided and opinions were decided. And since then, they've been competing against each other rather than as a tag team, which it just goes to show in this in the professional wrestling industry how egos can collide and things can go wrong in just a matter of moments. As Playboy Trip continues clamping down on Cold Cash D. He's got him in a nice side headlock. Here you see Trip in the red winding up on the head of Cold Cash. Cold Cash now trying to pull his way up and out of it, and he did. Got his man into a top wrist lock at this point in time. Nicely executed by Cold Cash as Trip now about to go down. He's holding on, and Trip now being held down. Referee needs to get in position here. He's got to count as there went. Trip managed to push himself up there, and once again, Trip is able to push himself up out of that top wrist lock, and now Trip displaying a great show of strength as he drove Cold Cash down right there. And here comes Cold Cash. Oh, man, he ran right into that drop toe hold, and he busted his nose on the canvas there, no question about it, as he went face first into the ring. And now Trip is setting up here possibly for a clothesline when he picks just the right moment, and he decided to go ahead, grab Cold Cash, Irish whip to the far side. Cold Cash up and over his man, up and over once again, and now Cold Cash reverses the situation, grabbing Trip, reverses there, Trip up and over, and Cold Cash with a nice leapfrog there. He stops, went for a monkey flip. Trip outsmarted him and planted that leg drop right there on Cold Cash D. And Playboy Trip now with a nice suplex there on Cold Cash D. Coming over, I thought he might have gone for a pinfall there, but Cold Cash was practically back on his feet already. Cold Cash shot into the ropes. Trip caught him right there with a nice boot, and Trip driving the head of Cold Cash D into the canvas there as Playboy Trip taking it to Cold Cash D here in this contest with Triton Championship Wrestling. As Trip now sets up on that second rope, just drove that fist right into the face of Cold Cash D. I tell you what, Trip is really proving his wares here against his tag team partner, Cold Cash D, in this tag team gone awry, turned into a feud. Cold Cash caught him right there. Looked like it may have been a poke to the eye or possibly even a little bit of a headbutt there as they were going for that reversal. As, Cold Cash ran into those boots right there, and Cold Cash caught him right there. Nice power slam executed by Cold Cash D. Referee's in and got a 2 count out of that exchange. Referee Lance Patrick right on top of the action, as always, here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Cold Cash D with a blatant chokehold there, now arguing with the official as he was just throttling his former tag team partner in the Money Trip, as Cold Cash now has got Trip choked across that top rope. And I mean, he's taking it, he's choking him down best he can. as Playboy Trip has been in control of the majority of this matchup so far. Cold Cash coming across now. He's just going to stomp a mud hole in him, putting the boots to his former partner, and nice splash right there. This could do it. It's got the leg hooked and only got a 2 count before Playboy Trip was able to get out of that situation. Cold Cash now bringing Trip back up to his feet. Got him hooked up here. Possible suplex coming up. Cold Cash seems to have the leverage advantage, but they're jockeying for position. He got him up right there and just holding him right there in that vertical suplex, letting all the blood rush to the head. And wait a minute, Trip was able to turn it around, rolls his man up, and got a 2 count only out of that situation. Trip with a nice clothesline coming in right there, and a second as he's taking it to Cold Cash D. Got Cold Cash up, big scoop slam. As Trip now moving back in on Cold Cash, who's seemed to be almost out on his feet there as he stumbles out to the floor. As Cold Cash raising his arm as though he almost to say he feels like he should be declared the winner, and Trip now is up to that top rope. Oh my God, what a dive down on Cold Cash D. He just dove all the way from the top rope all the way to the floor. It had to have been a good 10 feet in the air, and he came right down on Cold Cash D. And man, I tell you what, both men laid out here. Referee's gone out on the floor to try to encourage the competitors to get back in the ring. Playboy Trip has made his way back into the ring after that incredible dive. It just goes to show you some of these guys, they'll put it all on the line right here in TCW trying to prove their wares, as Cold Cash D slowly staggering his way back to the ring. Playboy Trip back on his feet in the ring. He's ready for him, it looks like. Oh, slingshot into the ring right there, coming in the hard way, as Trip has definitely got the advantage on Cold Cash here at this point. Caught him right there, nice drop kick, very well executed, planted it right in his chest area, as now Trip is setting up Cold Cash here for something. Got him pinned, got the leg hook, this could do it. No, only got a 2 count, as referee Lance Patrick checking right in on the action here with TCW. Trip now just leaning over and he's just laying a series of shots right to the head of Cold Cash D, as Trip seems to be rather frustrated at this point in time. He hasn't been able to put Cold Cash away, especially after that incredible dive that he made off the top rope. What a tremendous dive. That he totally threw caution to the wind executing that maneuver. And now Cold Cash got whipped in. Oh, wait a minute. Cold Cash just ran into the referee there. Referee Lance Patrick just got dumped out to the floor. He is out, and Trip is checking for the ref as he turned around, caught Cold Cash with a boot right there in the midsection, and oh, Trip just drove Cold Cash in with that leg drop up high like that. He's got his man covered, the referee's still out. Trip just counted a 3 count on his own, but the referee is still laid out on the floor. We need to get some help out here, possibly for the official. He took a nasty spill down to the floor as Trip was looking for the ref to get up, turns around now. Cold Cash trying to sneak up on him with a double axe-handle blow. Trip was able to cut that off. Now Trip's got his man set up. Irish whip in here to the near side. Trip follows him in with that clothesline as Cold Cash D seems practically out on his feet. Playboy Trip seems to have it well under control, very confident at this point in time, as Trip giving an out signal there saying he's going to put Cold Cash D away. He just set his man up on that top rope. What in the world is he going to do here? He's got him hooked by the head. Oh my, snapped him right off of that top rope. Playboy Trip has got him covered once again. The referee is still laid out. 1, 2, 3 again. That Trip has counted his own 3 count. We're about at the 8-minute mark in this contest, as Trip now twice has seemingly pinned Cold Cash D, but the referee has been laid out on the floor, as Trip now going out to the floor to try to revive the official. Cold Cash has been able to regain his feet inside the ring, as Trip is trying to get referee Lance Patrick back up into this contest. If there's another official in the back, perhaps, that can come out and finish this matchup, it would be well suited at this point in time. Looks like Cold Cash D appears to be sneaking up on Trip. Here he comes. He's coming around the corner. Here comes Cold Cash. Trip's not even aware he's there. And now Cole Cash, oh my. He just leveled Tripp right there with that straight right hand. Man, I tell you what, Tripp is laid out now after that straight right hand to the head as Cole Cash now mocking the crowd, making fun of the folks here in Mountain City, Tennessee. Cole Cash D has got Playboy Tripp absolutely laid out. That right hand caught him right flush in the face and got full impact on it and knocked Tripp for a loop. Now, Cole Cash has rolled Tripp it back up into the ring. Cole Cash D now making his way, and the referee's making his way back up into the ring, trying to at least, as the momentum of this matchup has swung back and forth on several occasions, as Cole Cash D showing his rookie inexperience here. He should be more aggressively going after Tripp because he's got him in as much trouble as he does. Now he's got Tripp set up, a ball and chain maneuver. Tripp managed to get up. Well, wait a minute. Cole Cash got him up intentionally in that position, drove him in right there, power slam. This could do it. Referee's in, and there's your 3 count. Your winner of this contest is Cole Cash D.
3 weeks ago in Jefferson, North Carolina, a horrendous atrocity occurred when Jimmy Valiant come to the ring and clipped on Karloff's hair. He missed the spot. Can you believe it? He missed the spot. Jimmy Valiant, I'm going to send you home to the geriatric ward after this match. Why? Because I'm out for revenge. Revenge for missing the one spot on his head you could have got. Right straight up through here. That's okay, though. I'm going to get a hold of your golden locks, and I'm going to start clipping and clipping and clipping and clipping and clipping. And when I get through clipping, they're going to say, what's wrong with his head? Looked like a 747 was flying just a little too low. A little too low. Because bam! I done Samsonized and Proctonized and hit him with some of Doc's majesticness. Can you smell the air up there? Good.
Think you know how to take it? Think you know how to fly? Be a part of the hottest sport today with Triton Championship Wrestling's Wrestling School. Call 423-727-7319. Don't just lay there. Get up and kick somebody's. Don't try this at home. Try it at the Triton Championship Wrestling School. 423-727-7319.
This is the U.S. title matchup, ladies and gentlemen. All right, wrestling fans, the bell's underway as we've got Doc Johnson, TCW U.S. champion in the red tights, getting set to take on the legendary Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant in this contest here with TCW. Fans, Joe Wheeler here for your call. We're glad you're tuned in, turned on, and checking out the action of Triton Championship Wrestling as Doc Johnson squaring off with the Boogeyman here as handsome Jimmy Valiant rallying the crowd here in Mountain City, Tennessee, as I'm sure they're fully supporting the Boogeyman in this contest. Jimmy Valiant, great competitor. As always, I tell you, he's a fantastic legend. Good to have him here in TCW as he's getting set to square off with Doc Johnson as Boogeyman turned him right around right there into a full Nelson as Doc is trying to get away from Valiant. Referee's calling for a break since they're in the ropes, and Boogie got him right there with the big butt bump, knocking Doc Johnson right out of the ring as the fans here in Mountain City, Tennessee, fully 100% supporting the Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. As Doc Johnson trying to make his way back into this contest, Boogie, he's ready for him, standing center ring along with referee Bob Falacci. As the crowd here in Mountain City, no doubt, 100% behind handsome Jimmy Valiant. Johnson's made his way back up in the ring. Both men squaring off once again. They've locked up collar and elbow. Doc Johnson moving around into a full Nelson on Jimmy Valiant. Valiant seeks the refuge of the ropes. Doc Johnson, oh, wait a minute. He went to try to steal Boogie's move right there. Ended up landing on his posterior. As there you see a good shot of the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, in this U.S. title matchup here in TCW. And, of course, Jimmy Valiant, the challenger in this matchup for the U.S. title. Doc Johnson in the red tights making his way back up the ring stairs. He is the current TCW U.S. champion. As referee Bob Falacci's called him back into the ring. Boogeyman's ready, been waiting on him the whole time, and they've locked up once again, collar and elbow. Doc moves the Boogeyman back into the corner as Valiant now in the corner. Johnson went for a haymaker right there, got more of the referee than he got of Valiant, and Doc Johnson visibly upset at this point in time that Valiant was able to get out of the way so quick and so easy as Jimmy Valiant and Doc Johnson square back off, locked up collar and elbow once again. This time Valiant pulls Johnson back into the corner, and Doc ducked right there looking for a punch, and Valiant catches him right there, dots those eyes for him, and threatening the referee at this point in time. Referee Bob Fallaci being threatened by the Boogeyman as Jimmy Valiant getting ready for battle as he's locked up with Johnson again for a moment. Now he's got Doc by the nose. He's got him right by the schnoz, and yanks down on it as I'm sure that hurt. Now the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, stepping in, kind of making a mule or a fool, if you will, out of Doc Johnson. As Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, the legendary Jimmy Valiant, the legend that he is, right here in Triton Championship Wrestling, as Doc Johnson making his way back up into the ring once again here, as Valiant has been able to control the action for the vast majority of this contest. He's locked up with Johnson once again, collar and elbow, and this time Johnson goes to the eyes of the Boogeyman as he's got Valiant down now, putting the boots to him. He seems to be focusing on the leg area of the veteran Jimmy Valiant, as Jimmy Valiant in trouble now as Johnson focusing all of his attack right on the leg of the Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant, driving in a series of knee shots to the hamstring area of Valiant. And Valiant trying desperately to get out of there, reaching for the ropes as the crowd here in Mountain City rallying behind the Boogeyman as always. Valiant managed to get his foot up in the face of Johnson, kicked him off, but Johnson right back to work on that leg before Jimmy Valiant was able to regain his feet. Man, I tell you what, great action here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Doc Johnson, current U.S. champion. Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, the challenger in this contest. As Valiant right there went to the eyes. The legendary Jimmy Valiant went to the eyes. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and Doc Johnson right back on that leg once again, working over the leg of handsome Jimmy Valiant. As Johnson winded up on that leg, got it clamped in, and it looks like he may be biting him here perhaps. I can't really tell. Thank you. Perhaps was biting him around the knee area. Sometimes these guys will do whatever it takes to gain an advantage. And Doc Johnson definitely staying focused on the leg of Jimmy Valiant as referee Bob Fallaci managed to get a 2 count out of that situation. As Valiant is in a world of trouble here. The crowd once again rallying behind the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, as Doc Johnson, the U.S. champion, keeping the legend down, keeping him under control, as looked like Valiant may have gone to the eyes there once again. Oh my, no question where that blow landed, as Doc Johnson is in trouble now. Valiant's back on his feet and caught him right there with a hard shot. Follows it in with another hard right hand to the top of the head. Jimmy Valiant with a third hard right hand to the top of the head. The Boogie Woogie Man feeling good now. He's got Doc Johnson in a world of trouble now. He's been able to turn the momentum of this matchup around. Takes Doc Johnson in, and now Valiant's caught him in the sleeper hold. This could do it right here. Jimmy Valiant has got that sleeper hold absolutely perfected. There's no question about that. He's used it for years. And wait a minute, here comes Christian Kane and Rick Karloff into the ring, attacking Jimmy Valiant. How disgusting. Christian Kane and Rick Karloff now working over Valiant. Oh man, referee Bob Fallaci just got dumped right there as Christian Kane and Rick Karloff are taking it to the Boogie Woogie Man. And thankfully, Brady Hawks and Ricky Reb have cleared the ring here. I tell you what, good thing they hit the ring when they did. Fans, don't touch that towel. Wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here along with Steve Houston for the call of this matchup here in Triton Championship Wrestling, as This match here between Excalibur and Major Allen Payne is to determine our new television champion right here in TCW. And Steve, I know you've got an interest in the winner of this match.
I sure do. We're in the middle right now of getting some new belts done up, and this was one of them. And I can't wait to find out who's going to be the new champion after tonight.
Absolutely right. New television champion to be determined here in this contest. New belts are being made as they've locked up collar and elbow. Major Payne pulling Excalibur around into an arm bar, going to work right away on that arm. And you've had a long history there, Steve, with the War Dogs. Is this true?
Yes, sir. I used to manage them. Matter of fact, I'm the one that got the War Dogs together.
And, of course, the War Dogs have added a couple of new members, Rad Chad and Drill Sergeant Hell, as Major Payne seeking the refuge of the floor at this point in time against Excalibur. And I guess you would see that as a good strategic move to hit the floor like that and get out of the match for a moment.
Yeah, that was very smart. I would have done the same thing. There he goes again. He's catching his breath back and before he gets back in there.
Major Payne caught Excalibur coming in there, and now that allowed him the opportunity to step cleanly back into the ring as Major Payne sets Excalibur up with an Irish whip coming across. Hip toss got blocked and got blocked again. Excalibur now reversing the situation and caught Major Payne with a hip toss of his own. As Major Payne's having a little trouble thus far in this contest, Steve.
Yeah, he looks like he's hurting a little bit. Might have pulled a muscle in his back, but that does hurt when you get slammed like that.
Absolutely, and Excalibur just planted him once again there. Major Payne not faring well at this point in time in this contest here in Triton Championship Wrestling to determine a new television champion. As this situation between Excalibur and Major Payne, it's not a new one. There's a good bit of history in this situation, isn't there, Steve?
Yes, they've fought for a long time. Matter of fact, I was there when Excalibur and War Dogs started the feud, and it's been a while.
Ongoing situation here between Excalibur and Major Payne, no question about that, as Major Payne stepping back into this contest. Referee Bob Falacci is your official, and Excalibur's got Payne tied up in the ropes now, thinking about hitting him with a straight punch, and that's exactly what he did. And wait a minute, caught him there. He's got him in trouble, Steve.
That's right. I can't believe it. He's got a great strategic right now going right now with this punching him and knocking him over and bringing him back. And you know, Major Payne's got to be hurting right now.
No doubt about that. Major Payne took a nasty spill out to the floor there as he's trying to recoup himself. And Excalibur, the protege of Excalibur, in his corner this evening. So pretty fair as far as both men having their proverbial protege in their corner tonight.
That's right. Two great youths that are coming up in the business that they're doing great right now. Every time I see them, I get more impressed with.
They certainly had a great opening contest here in this edition of Triton Championship Wrestling as Excalibur now on the receiving end of some punishment from Major Allen Payne, and Excalibur just snatched him, put him over in the corner. He's going to lay in one of his own. Caught him right there with that knee lift, and now pulling the shirt up over the head.
Hey, this ain't hockey, is it?
That's what I was about to say. Looked like a hockey fight. Excalibur now has got Major Payne in a world of trouble, and I guess Major Payne's having trouble seeing, Steve.
Exactly. He's in a world of hurting right now.
No doubt about that. Excalibur taking it to Major Allen Payne. Pulls his shirt back off his head. At least he can see the light of day.
Yeah, well, I want to thank him for pulling the shirt back down.
As Excalibur now has pulled Major Payne he's got him in a sleeper hold here. This could do it if Excalibur's able to apply just enough pressure. As Rad Chad just attacked Excalibur on the outside. And wait a minute, here comes Drill Sergeant Hell.
I got to go. I'll be right back.
And now Steve Houston's leaving the broadcast position. It looks like the War Dogs are having a party, and it's going to be at Excalibur's expense as Excalibur's protege, Excalibur, has been knocked down on the outside. He's trying to make his way back in. Excalibur is taking it to all the members of the War Dog. The referee's throwing this contest out as Excalibur is putting the boots to Major Allen Payne. Excalibur's got his two proteges. Their noggins just met right there. And Now we've got chaos breaking loose all over here as Excalibus and Excalibur coming across right here. Big double clothesline right there, taking both of their opponents up and over as Excalibur with Major Pain just socked him right square in the mouth right there. As Major Pain is laid out, Excalibus is taking care of his proteges over on the side. And Steve Houston stepped in there. He finally showed up at ringside as Excalibur has got Major Pain in a Scorpion Deathlock. Referee calling for the bell as Major Pain is tapping out. But earlier, the referee had called for the bell, I believe, for disqualification. There you have it. There's your winner. No doubt about it. Excalibur is your winner of this contest and the new TV champion here in Triton Championship Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner, We've got controversy on the floor now as Steve Houston's down there with referee Bob Falacci, and Falacci's calling Excalibur over. And it looks like this situation's not done here. We don't have a clean-cut winner as Steve Houston is explaining this situation as far as the outside interference, and there was interference on both respective sides. As referees reverse the decision, it's going to give this one to Major Pain. How disgusting.
All right, let's just cut to the chase out there, folks. Everybody knows me. So, cameraman, if you don't mind, let's back that camera up and you'll see your surprise. It's my brother, Chance Gibson. We are the Players Club.
Well, let me tell you something, Express. Let me tell you what the Players Club got in store. We sat down and we thought about this long and hard, and you know what? You guys remind us of a deck of cards. Let me explain why. Because number one, you got the Jack, which we're going to jack you up. Number two, you got the Queen. You guys are a little, we won't say that on TV, but you know what we mean. Then you have the King. Starts with a K, we're kings, and we're going to kick your ace. Y'all know what I mean. Because the bottom line is, no matter what happens, you guys are nothing but a pair of jokers. And the way it seems to us, if you guys want to go one-on-one...
No, that's not it.
That's not it?
That's not it.
That's not...
I'll tell you what, I got it. And that's the bottom line.
Hey. That's not it. That's not it. No.
I got it. To beat the man, you got to...
No, that's not it either.
What do you mean that ain't it?
That's not it either.
I got it, Chance, I got it. We are the best there is, the best there was.
No. That's definitely not it.
What is it then? What?
Because anything else is uncivilized.
Ladies and gentlemen, be a part of the fastest growing sport today and get the most out of your advertising dollars. Be a part of Triton Championship Wrestling, the fastest growing, most exciting wrestling promotion in the area. See your ad the way thousands of others will in this area on Triton Championship Wrestling. Just call 423-727-7319. Be a part of the excitement. Be a part of Triton Championship Wrestling. Just call 423-727-7319 today.
Fans, this matchup's right underway here. So the tag team titles are hanging in the balance. Chance Gibson and Jamie Gibson, the newfound brothers, taking on Christian Kane and Rick Karloff, the current tag team champions. They won the tag team titles recently in an event over in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and defeating Sudden Impact after Sudden Impact made such a shocker by winning the tag team titles in the first place, and then Christian Kane and Rick Karloff were able to defeat them. And wait a minute, Karloff and Kane not working too well as a tag team here at this point in time with Triton Championship Wrestling. As Jamie Gibson and Chance Gibson got them set up here, big double noggin knocker right there, as it looked like Christian Kane took the worst of that as his nose hit the top of the forehead of Rick Karloff. As Chance Gibson, Jamie Gibson, like I said, the newfound brothers, of course, that whole situation came to pass. Bob Falacci revealing what was going on there, one thing and another. And Jamie Gibson, Chance Gibson, there you see him standing center ring, taking on the tag team champions Christian Kane and Rick Karloff in this contest here with Triton Championship Wrestling. As referee Bob Falacci is getting them set to get the match started up once again, as Christian Kane and Rick Karloff have sought the refuge of the floor. Karloff ducking in the ring there, trying to break the referee's count, as referee Bob Falacci trying to get this match started in a proper and official fashion, as Christian Kane is taking his position in the corner. Rick Karloff now stepping up into the ring, and I tell you what, this Rick Karloff, he's, to use the phrase, nuttier than a fruitcake, doesn't do his sanity level justice, as this guy, he is just whacked. I mean, that's the only phrase I know to describe it, practically. As Karloff continuing his delaying tactics, if you will. Like I said, the guy's nuttier than a fruitcake, and he's got his newfound friend George, the set of horns, and I tell you what, the guy's out in left field past center wall, as Rick Karloff and Jamie Gibson for the Players Club getting ready to square off here in this matchup with Triton Championship Wrestling, as Jamie Gibson and Rick Karloff had locked up collar and elbow briefly, as Gibson was able to pull Karloff into a nice side headlock. As now Karloff got his man off of him there. Gibson caught him with a nice shoulder block coming in. Gibson up and over his man, hits the ropes, and Karloff caught him right there. Gibson reverses it, not quite, and reversal attempted again. And Jamie Gibson, just hip tossed him head first into the turnbuckle there, as Jamie Gibson's got Rick Karloff grounded in this tag team title contest here with Triton Championship Wrestling. Like I said, fans, the tag team titles were gained by sudden impact, but only for a moment, if you will, as Christian Kane and Rick Karloff were able to come back and defeat them over in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, to recapture the tag team titles. So as we sit here tonight in Mountain City, Tennessee, the Jamie Gibson and Chance Gibson, the newfound brothers, are working together trying to capture the tag team titles from Karloff and Kane, and doing fairly well at this point in time in the matchup, as Chance Gibson has tagged in and is working over the arm of Rick Karloff. As Karloff, he is just, like I said, the guy is just nuts. I don't know how else to describe him. He's out in left field somewhere, and definitely not playing with a full deck. His loaf of bread is missing a few slices, however you want to phrase it. He just got a 2 count right there, admonished to him by the referee Bob Falacci, as Jamie Gibson continues winding up on that arm. As there you see the newly remodeled Christian Kane, if you will. He's got this unique face paint on, and he's got a chain that he's holding behind his back at this point in time. He and Karloff, man, I tell you, these guys are strange breed. As Chance Gibson with a nice spinning neck breaker right there, got in for a cover, and Christian Kane came in and caught Chance Gibson on the back of the head with that chain that he's got. There you see the chain, he's rewrapping the chain around his hand, as Karloff now makes the tag. There you see the chain in the hand of Christian Kane, as he utilized it on Jamie Gibson right there, and just dropped it down to one of the valets at ringside, as Christian Kane utilizing every weapon and an underhanded advantage that he can gain. That was Veronica Vaughn, one of his valets this evening, along with Victoria Steele, as always, in the corner of the New York Express. As Chance Gibson and Christian Kane here having some words. Referee Bob Falacci is trying to keep them separated. In the meantime, Jamie Gibson's getting worked over out on the floor by the ladies and Christian Kane. And I tell you what, Veronica Steele and Victoria Vaughn are taking it to him, as Jamie Gibson's been dumped back in the ring at the feet of Christian Kane. Kane sets his man up, coming across. Oh, man, spin heel kick right to the face. And Christian Kane, about 300 some odd pounds there. That's a heck of an impact. And referee got a 2 count out of that, as Christian Kane covers his man once again, got a 2 count there. And I tell you, the Christian Kane is really changed his look with this this face paint, and I guess hanging around Rick Karloff's enough to make you a little stranger than usual anyway. But Jamie Gibson's made his tag to his brother, Chance Gibson, coming in now, and Chance, oh man, just caught Karloff asleep over there in the corner, as Chance Gibson now has got Christian Kane in the corner, going to work on him with a series of shots right to the top of the head, as the crowd here in Mountain City, Tennessee, counting along, as Christian Kane, oh my, just got kicked low by Chance Gibson. And, you know, Chance and Jamie usually don't play like that, but sometimes the Players Club, I guess they got to do what they got to do against competitors like Christian Kane and Rick Karloff, as Jamie Gibson's been tagged back in now. Jamie Gibson and, of course, Rebecca Lynn always at his side, as Jamie, oh my, attempted a drop kick right there. Christian Kane held onto the ropes and leveled him with a leg drop right there. As the tag's been made, Rick Karloff now making his way back into the contest. A little double team action looks like coming up here from the New York Express, as Karloff just leveled Gibson with that clothesline. And he's got a chain of his own, it appears, in his hand. And he's going in, choking Jamie Gibson with that chain there, and sliding that chain right out of the ring before the referee ever saw a thing. As Rick Karloff, with that, sporting that new haircut of his, which he's very upset about, just leveled Jamie Gibson with that stiff right hand, and the referees admonished him for utilizing that closed fist, as Jamie Gibson is in trouble at this point in time. Karloff takes his man in and caught him right there with a big clothesline coming across, and Karloff follows it up with a sloppy elbow and got a 2 count out of that exchange, as Rick Karloff now has got Jamie Gibson in trouble. Now pulls this man into a reverse chin lock, clamping down and depleting him of that oxygen supply. We're about at the 8-minute mark in this contest, as Rick Karloff has got Gibson grounded and utilizing that reverse chin lock, of course, trying to deplete the oxygen supply. Chance Gibson's coming in to complain here. That's going to allow the New York Express the opportunity to make an exchange, as Christian Kane stepped in for Karloff right there, and the whole time Gibson is trapped in that reverse chin lock, which almost looks like a sleeper hold. The referee's checking with him, says he didn't see the tag. Question is whether he's going to allow it or not. Apparently so, as Jamie Gibson's making his way. Gibson made his way back up to his feet there, as Christian Kane pulled him back down. And like I said, Christian Kane with this new look, this face paint, if you will. Not sure exactly what kind of statement he's trying to make, but Jamie Gibson was able to get out of that and dropped it with a reverse DDT and got a 1-2 count out of that exchange. Jamie Gibson almost captured the tag team titles right there. Chance Gibson's ever so willing and ready to make that tag. Karloff's trying to encourage his partner as well, as both men are laid out in the center of the ring. Jamie Gibson seems to be coming back around. Everybody's tied up at this point. And Jamie Gibson's made the tag to Chance Gibson. Rick Karloff's been tagged in as well. Here we go, Chance Gibson, a house of fire, taking it to Karloff and Kane. He's just dropped Christian Kane right there and now levels him, taking him up and over the top rope. Rick Karloff is set up here by Jamie Gibson. Chance Gibson coming across. Tag team maneuver going on. Leg drop. This could do it right here. And there you have it. We've got new tag team champions right here at TCW. The Players Club have won the tag team titles. Wow, wrestling fans, what an incredible hour this has been with Triton Championship Wrestling. Doc Johnson was able to retain his U.S. title after being disqualified in his match against Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Of course, the Players Club, Chance Gibson, Jamie Gibson, the new tag team champions. They were able to defeat the New York Express, Christian Kane, Rick Karloff, after they defeated Sudden Impact on a recent event in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. Titles are changing hands left and right here in TCW. The War Dogs have basically been rebuilt as they've got new members of the War Dogs, plus Excalibur's group is building as his new protege Excalibus was in a match earlier. Man, I tell you what, fans, the action excitement of Triton Championship Wrestling, there's nothing like it. Be sure to join us next time right here for more TCW action.